Hello, welcome to Reading Success Academy. I'm Paula Smith. In this lesson, we're going to be working on some second grade spelling words. So if you have a struggling speller in second or third grade, have them grab paper and pencil and maybe a couple of colored pencils, and they can go through the lesson with me. They can always go back and watch the recording so they can pause along the way if they're not keeping up. I tend to go a little bit more quickly during these live sessions for some reason. So make sure you go back and check out the recordings later. I have quite a few of these spelling lessons in my live video library, so you can pick from any grade levels that you like and jump right in there. All right, let's get over to where you can see this list of words that we're going to work with. And we will get going. We're going to be working with two different spellings of long E. So we have EE and EA. Now, with the EE, if you're going to add colors to these, I would recommend making the EE in green just because the word green is spelled with two E's in it. So you can make that green and then whatever color you like for EA. But of course, make it fun. You choose the colors that you like, because if you're not having fun with it, you're not doing it right. Make sure you're having fun with it. All right, let's get over to our very first word on the list. Here we go. We have Jeep. Jeep. Now, this word has two letters for that long E sound. It's that EE spelling. So what you'll do on your paper, under your EE column, you're going to write this word, and you're going to say each sound as you write the letters. But make sure that you switch to your green color or whichever color you like to work with for your EE when it's time to write that sound. So we're going to start out with regular pencil, and we're going to say J, and then switch colors, E. Now notice that I was holding that long E sound while I wrote both of those. That's what I want you to do too. You need to hold that sound while you write both of them so that you remember it gets two letters. And then we'll go back to your regular pencil, and then P, Jeep. And make sure you're using nice, clean consonant sounds. You don't want to say ja and pa, because then you'll end up with an extra sound, and then it turns into a jaipa. And that's not a word. All right, let's move on to our next word. There we go. Now, if you're working on your reading skills, what you would do is identify that the EA is your long E sound there. It can also be a long A sound, and it can also be an eh sound, like a short E sound. So it's just something that you want to keep in mind when you're reading, is that you might have to change the sound if you don't get the first one, if you don't get it right the first try, I should say. So maybe you tried clean or clen first. You need to know all three of those sounds so you know what to try next. So you know that E is an option. All right, so sounding this word out, you would say k, o, e, n, clean, blending those together. And I'm going to use my favorite color for our EA words. I'm going to start with pencil, and I'm going to say each sound as I write the letters again, but this time I want you to be very careful about this beginning blend. There are a lot of teachers who will say, oh, you need to, know this, all these blends. Well, actually, you only need to learn how to blend, because then you can blend any consonant combination together. So you want to make sure with spelling that you know that each one of these letters gets their own sound. So you don't want to say kol while you're writing it. You want to say k-ol. And I'll show you why. I'm going to pull out my red for this, because it's kind of just your little signal that this is the wrong thing to do. What you don't want to do is say kol, e, n, clean. Do you see the problem? Yeah, since you said kol while you were writing this letter, you already made the sound for the L, so you forgot to put it in there, right? So let me get rid of that so we don't think that that's the way to do it. We're going to grab your pencil, and you're going to say each sound as you go. K, o, and then switch to whichever color you're using for EA and say E, holding it while you write both of them. and then back to pencil. N, clean. They're making the beach clean there, which is kind of nice. Let's do a few more of these. Okay, we're back to our E column. Reading this word, you would sound it out by saying B, E, P, beep. And then spelling it. Spelling is the opposite of reading, so we're, instead of blending those sounds apart, instead of blending those sounds together, we are pulling them apart. So there's just 3 sounds in beep. We'll say each one as we write the letters. B, E, P, beep. Now the reason why we're saying the sounds as we write the letters is because we're adding a multi-sensory element to it. That just means that we're using our eyes, our ears, and our sense of touch all at the same time to help us learn the information faster. All right, let's move on. Now we have something a little unusual with this word. We do have our EE spelling. We're used to seeing that. But in this word, we have 2 letters that make one sound right here. Now, most people will call this a silent letter. Well, it's only silent in this word because, well, and there may be some other words that it's silent in, but it does have a sound in other words. So I don't like to call them silent letters, but if that's what you like to use, go ahead. A lot of people are used to saying that. So you'll group these 2 letters together, and when we get here, we're just going to say N. When I use these little slash lines, that means it sounds like. N, and then we have E. So when we write this one, you're going to hold that N sound while you write both the K and the N. N, E, knee. All right. This looks like a problem, doesn't it? You're going to move to your EA column. All right, sounding this word out, you have O, E, K, leak. And then when you pull those sounds apart, those sounds are O, E, K. Time to spell it, right? Say each sound as you go. O, E, K, leak. You do not want to have a leak. All right. Well, I just gave you kind of a sample there of what our 2nd grade spelling classes look like. There's a list of 15 words, and then there are some bonus words too. So you can learn a total of 20 words in just 1 week, which is great. There's 3 different lessons that go along with it, including a spelling test. It's all included in the program, and there's 22 weeks of list in the 2nd grade program. If you have any questions about my method or about the class, make sure that you reach out to me at hello@readingsuccessacademy.com. I'd be happy to help you with that. I'll see you next time. Bye.